Welcome back to Spirit Chronicles Anime Review, Episode 5. We're here to discuss episodes 9 and 10 for the series. From what I can tell, I think the episode 9 wraps up basically adaptation of, I'm thinking, Book 3, and this is kind of weird for this series, where they apparently decided to a quarter of Book 5 for the last few episodes. And from the description I've read, apparently they started at the Book 4, and then they just went straight to Book 5 for some reason. I don't know why they did this for, but they did. So I thought basically he let the village were telling him. Turns out it was red herring at the end of the episode, which I found that be weird, because the way the thing was shot, almost like he just left without telling anybody. Nope, not really. So he explains to Ruri that he's basically her cousin, and that he's a royal. She is leaving at first, but eventually she accepts it. And the thing is, only she at this point, and of course he mentions, oh, by the fall, basically, I have to go. Basically, he's going to be leaving the village. Excuse me. So, they, of course, plant more crops. He breaks the news to Saya that he's leaving, and she is shocked at this. And a little fun fact about her, which I'll get to later. So, she is not happy about this at all. She is very sad. And of course, while planning... Apparently they're planning to grow rice. Wait, he remembered it. And her brother, basically, Shin, basically questions what the heck Rio was doing. And then, of course, basically, like... They have, basically, his parents' retainers come by to spar with the hunter, which I found out he's voiced by Rico Fajaro. Which I kind of suspected, and I look up, oh yeah, it is Rico. Which I'm like, that's awesome. And then, of course, at this, like, basically, Saya takes her, basically, to private location, where she basically confesses her feelings for him. He kind of turns her down. Probably because at this point he's not interested in a romantic relationship. But she's very insistent on it. Like, sister's going with him. Of course, not exactly the moment. And she's, like, crying. And, of course, her brother, basically, is, like, mad. At least upset. He's basically comforting her. And then, of course, basically, Gon comes by. Actually, Goki is his name. Gon is the idiot who basically tried to read in episode 9. No, it was episode 7, I think it was. Yeah, 7. He tells her that, like, you're the commanding country. But she admits she does love Rio. It's like, that's good. Yeah, and she is actually the first woman in the series to confess her feelings for him. Yeah, she's the first one. Like, out of all the women that suspect to have feelings for him, she's the first one to confirm that, yes, she does have feelings for him, and she confessed that she's in love with him. He kind of politely rejects it, not, like, basically in a very angry way, but he's just probably not interested because he's focused on revenge to kill basically the man who murdered his mother. Maybe after he basically does this, that he might, accept women. But based upon I read online, that might be happening soon, given the fact basically of who his background is and how many ladies are interested in him. Oh my gosh, there's like many, including beasts, and some people are not even human. Yes, I'll get to that. So. He, of course, leaves, and, well, he mentioned, oh yeah, he has a girl who's calling his sister him. And, of course, he flies back to the spirit village, where she's very happy to see him, just jumps in his arms. And, of course, basically, they explain that, well, he wants to build a house, and he's only going to stay for a few months. And, like, as soon as, and he wants to build a house, they can take it with him, so he can have some place to stay if he needs to. And of course, basically, Dominic was like, yeah, I could do that. So, of course, spending time basically with... And then, of course, he goes to bed. And the very next morning, a naked woman is in his bed. And yes, this happened in Book 3, mind you. He is shocked to see this. The girls stay with him are shocked to see this. They have no idea what the heck is going on. So... He keeps calling him Haruto, and of course they wonder, why should he call him Haruto for? Of course, he does explain to Lofta later, the girl who's like his sister, that was actually his actual name from his previous incarnation, from his previous life. I'll get to more of that later. So he gives him Aisha, basically, what means spring. And of course, Everest accepts of it, and of course they have training. Of course, they show how powerful she is, which I love this development they keep here for this one. And of course, with the house, like, yeah, they're gonna leave next day. And of course, so Latifa, where she decides to bathe with him. Yeah, it's like wait, because here's the thing. Latif, now basically at this point, they mentioned he's 14. I'm guessing he's probably about 15-ish. I would say that. I know by 21, basically, he's at the age of 17, but I would think he's probably 15 by now. I'm guessing at that. So, Latifa is. I'm guessing she's 11 years old at this point in time. 11. And of course, basically, this is where they confirm that she was in the same bus that he was, and tell her her previous name of her previous life, which is Susan Endo. Yeah, that was basically her name in the previous life. She always wanted a big brother, and she sees a big brother. And of course, basically, it kind of came true. Yeah. So, of course, they're in Japanese side. Of course, like, you wash your back. Of course, you've looked at first. And then, of course, Bentley, like, washing it. It's like, no, like, here's the house. And, of course, then he leaves. Well, before he leaves, he's given, like, this special trance. Of course, his house is put, like, a little bracelet. His spirit comes with him, obviously, because she's a bonded spirit. So, then they proceed to go back to the Straw Kingdom. Well, we didn't see Celia for the first time since, like, I think, like, episode 4, I think was the last time she was seen in this series at this point in time. I think in terms of the book, I think the last time she was seen was back in, like, beginning of book 2. Yeah, book 2. So, and then she's at this mansion with Charles Ander, the man with one of the most punchable faces in the entire series. And he's like, oh, you should call me darling. Because she is set to engage to marry him. And this is actually due to blackmail. They don't fully say exactly what the blackmail is per se, but they're going to explain it later. So then, of course, he goes back to his old school, which there's guards everywhere, and he just asks about Celia and basically the old research room, and it's completely empty. And he goes to, I think it's I don't know if it's the head of the academy or whatever, where basically they sneak in thanks to Aisha's power. So she sort of knocks him, happens to basically do via dreamscape. So you know Charles Anders getting married, but they didn't say who the bride was. And then the reveal is actually Celia, and he is shocked the fact Celia is getting married. And then when the episode ends with basically her getting her gloved hand kissed by Charles Ander. And he's like, oh no, not him. Yeah. He's one of the characters like who's considered, in my opinion, to be a massive dick. Because he is. Seems like a lot of noble characters in this series, in the case of Straw Kingdom, not just the nobility anyways, the king is perfectly fine. But nobles, they're complete dicks. Like, my gosh. I'm really hoping he gets his face punched for being a massive dick. At least Gon did. Yeah. I was like, good. That attempt to rape was need to be beaten out of him. Again, in fact, he's trying to rape a woman. He's trying to rape a teenager. He's like, what, 30-ish? and he's basically trying to a woman who's basically half his age just because he basically thinks she's hot. Or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, another 2 good episodes. I enjoy these ones. So that's pretty much a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do the like button. So next up, we're working on the next 2 episodes. Basically the final 2 episodes of the season. And then work on Freya. And if I get time, I'll work on Israel Chronicles Dungeon. If not, I'll save it for tomorrow. But excuse me, definitely tomorrow. Either tomorrow, yeah, probably tomorrow. I'll get back watching Spielbahn. But am I gonna start season 2? At this point, yes, I am. Given the fact it's only 3 episodes, it'll take me about a couple videos to catch up with that one. Yep. So episode 6 will cap the season off. 7 will basically cover the first 2 episodes of the very next season show, and 8 will basically be the one I catch up with. Yep. And apparently it airs on Mondays, so I'm gonna watch this on Mondays now. Okay. But good thing I'm considering a light novel, so it'll be perfectly fine. Okay. So, yes, that's pretty much a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do the dislike button. Oh, before I end this video, I'm currently reading book 7 right now, out of 25 volumes. Still got a while to go, this one. Okay, but see you in this video. Bye.